What is up, Heroclix family? Welcome back to Power Action Clicks. I'm DK, and today I wanted to do a special team building of the Brotherhood of Mutants. We've gotten some really good figures from them recently, some pretty potent ones, and although they don't have the most options for powers and abilities, we're going to go over a 300-point team and then maybe some options of switching it around. There's only a couple characters in this build that actually have the Brotherhood team ability, but you got to remember when you get a 10 through 12, you're going to be able to take an action token off one of these characters, but they have to have the Brotherhood team ability. So let's start off with Juggernaut. The recent Juggernaut we got in the Collector's Trove is just so good for 80 points. I love that he's Thunderbolt, X-Men, Brute, Mystical, all great keywords. His first traded ability, I'm the Juggernaut. Juggernaut can reduce penetrating damage. He is safeguarded outwit, so he can't be outwitted. Super important in an attacker and a tank. He does have the movement ability. Ain't nothing can beat me. Charge, but don't have speed. Very good. You run across the map, or you can get behind enemy lines and attack their support. He has the attack power. I'm going to beep things up. Giant Reach 2, close, make a close attack. After resolution, deal 2 damage to each adjacent opposing character. If Juggernaut destroyed terrain this turn, the damage dealt is penetrating. So you can kind of set that up to, well, you want to try to set that up so you can damage their characters that don't have reducer, or even the ones that do have a reducer if you can deal the penetrating. So placing your blocking terrain and lining up your attacks strategically can pay off with him. And just as a reminder, it's really the helmet that gives him the Crimson Gem that allows him to break through blocking terrain. It also gives him the super strength, so he can hit for more, which is pretty good. And also safeguard mind control. Oh, does that give him... I'm not 100% sure, because Colossus says that he ignores... I was going to say he could defend against Colossus, but Colossus says he ignores those kind of effects. We'll take a look at him here, too. So he has the improved movement over Elevated. He's 80 points, 8 clicks of health, 0 range, 10 movement, 12 attack, 19 defense with Impervious. He just has that 4 damage on the top click. And all around, just a great figure for his points. And on another note, we are going to get another one here in Smash and Destroy, so we'll have to see what that one does as well. Moving on is to the one we just talked about, Colossus. Colossus is just such a great meta figure right now. He's good in, Silver and Modern. He doesn't have the Brotherhood team ability, but he has Armor and Ruler. His first traded ability, Pawn of the Shadow King, is his Mind Control, and when he uses it after resolutions, deal a hit character damage equal to Colossus's printed damage. So it's really good. You Mind Control him, hit one of their figures with that character, and then that character itself is going to take Colossus's printed damage. His second trait, Sustenance from the Shadows, opposing characters can't use Safeguard Mind Control, including from Battle Fury. So they both have an ability. So he says Safeguard, Juggernaut says Safeguard Mind Control, but Colossus cancels that. So I think Colossus still can Mind Control Juggernaut. Just something to come in mind. It might happen in one of your games. And then he has his defense ability, Unstoppable and Untiring. Impervious, Colossus can reduce penetrating damage. He has 80 points. He also has a 60-point starting line. He has 9 clicks of health for 80 points, so that's good. He's got the Cosmic Energy, so that Cosmic Willpower. He can bust through blocking terrain, improve movement, blocking terrain. He's got 12 movement with Charge, 12 attack with super strength, 20 defense with that Impervious, can reduce penetrating, and he has Battle Fury and 5 damage. on his top click. So just such a great figure. It's kind of hard not to build around him now because he's so good, in my opinion. But I think Magneto's a really cool figure, the one from Deadpool and Weapon X. I like the one we got. I love that he's from the comic book that he's from. And he's one of the few characters that has leadership. But then again, a couple of your characters are going to have the Brotherhood team ability, so hopefully you'll be removing tokens off of that. But you are going to get that extra action a turn in a 300-point game, so that is really good. He has Alkalites, Brotherhood, and Ruler. His first traded is Electromagnetic Pulse. He has Pulse Wave, Telekinesis, and Power once per game. Choose one. Unequip all other characters. The other is this game Magneto has characters within range can't generate terrain. And this game characters with robot or vehicle keyword modify attack, defense, and speed -1. The top two probably being the most useful, unequip all other characters, and the other one is, and that includes your characters as well, so be careful with that. And then this game, Magneto has characters within range can't generate terrain. There's a lot of that in modern stuff going these days. His attack ability, the curtain falls and the play is finished. When Magneto hits until your next turn, hit targets can't reduce damage or be healed. So it's a good way to get around characters that can reduce, especially like penetrating damage. If you're able to hit with him first, he does have 6 range. He has dual targeting. We were playing him at the 100-point starting line. So he does have running shot, invincible, and leadership, and his attack power. And he is 3, 6, 7 clicks of health, and he has 2 stop clicks on the end of his dial, which is pretty good. Oh, and his defense ability on the stop dial, it's Comatose, guarded by Colossus. Stop, Mastermind. Magneto can only be healed by support, so it could be useful if you had support. You get back off those stop clicks. And next on our list, so what is that? That's 260. And then next on our list, she's new. I haven't actually gotten to test her out. I have played with all these other figures, but the Scarlet Witch from Collector's Trove, she does look good. She's going to give your team probability control, which is something you really probably should have. You could use the other Deadpool and Weapon X Scarlet Witch, but I'll explain why she's a little more problematic. So onto the Collector's Trove one. Avengers, Brotherhood of Mutants, Midnight Suns, Mystical, and Ruler. Important keywords. She has Reading the Darkness, the Pages of Madness. She has Reading the Pages of Madness. It lets her have 3 Darkhold one-shots without paying for them. And if you do that, you can't have any other one-shots. She has a 4 range with triple targeting. She has Sidestep. She's flying. Oh yeah, and also that's a good thing about Magneto. He is flying as well. Her attack ability, I'll read in just a second. She has Energy Shield, so you keep her at a range behind your attackers and tanks. And of course her probability control. Let's see. She has Bands of Belasco. Pulse Wave. When Scarlet Witch uses it, you may choose that all hit opposing characters gain immobile until your next turn instead of normal damage. So that could potentially pay off. It's nice that she has that Pulse Wave. But mainly she's really here for the prob. And she does, of course, have the Mystics team ability. And so that actually leaves us with 20 points. Is it 20? 160, 260 plus 30. That's actually 10 points left over. But you could also use any other equipment. Heck, you could use Universal Weapon. Most people are actually giving a lot of people have been giving Colossus the Bucky's arm, give him the super sense on a 6 and the close combat. So that's just one of the team builds. The other one is I was thinking of is, you know, your Colossus, Juggernaut, and then you could be using, like I said, the Deadpool and Weapon X Scarlet Witch. Let's take a look at her here. She's good. Why I say that she's problematic is obviously her probability control uses that chaos dice. So I think it's still like a 50-50 chance, maybe not, because the odds are kind of screwy, but you're going to get an extra 6 on your dice and you're going to get an extra 1 on your dice. So the odds are changed from normal odds with the dice. One of the other things that might be concerning is other people might have Juggernaut or another Brotherhood character, and her trait Magneto's Daughter gives all Brotherhood characters Mystics team ability, so that could bite you in the butt. But she has Brotherhoods, the Mystics, her probability control, and she can replace one of the dice with her special Chaos dice. You could run her at 80 points. She's got 4 range with Running Shot, Penetrating Psychic Blast, an Energy Shield, and her probability. And that's for 80 points. And then her 50, she's got Phasing, Teleporting, Penetrating Psychic Blast, Energy Shield, and her probability again. I don't think she's the best ranged attacker. If they take her out, there goes 80 points of your team. And then if you ran her at 80, you would have 60 points left after Colossus, Juggernaut, and that Scarlet Witch. Oh, there he is. You could run somebody like Kid Omega. He's going to give characters with the X-Men keyword the Brotherhood team ability, and then he's also going to give friendly characters with the Brotherhood team that already have the Brotherhood and team ability. Instead, they succeed on a 9 through 12. He has Energy Explosion, Telekinesis, and Knockback. He has Mind Control, Barrier, and Outwit. There's not a whole lot of options for Outwit. So he's decent for 50 points. He's probably not the best option, but he is an option. And if you played Scarlet Witch at 50 points, that would give you another 90 points to work with. And you could use that for the Legacy Professor X. Where is he here? Oh, Professor X and Magneto. Which could come in handy. I just don't like... So at the beginning of his dial, he has Running Shot, Super Senses, and Outwit. And he doesn't actually get the Leadership, Perplex, and Shape Change till the end of his dial. But at the beginning of his dial, he does get to modify his attack for 1 for each other friendly character that has the Brotherhood team ability. And also gets to plus 1 defense if they have the X-Men team ability. So it's something, and that's another Outwit. I thought it's also worth mentioning that you could run Colossus, Juggernaut. So Colossus at 80, Juggernaut, the Scarlet Witch from Collector's Trove at 75, and then also the Motorcycle. You could put that on Colossus, giving him close combat reflexes and that free, I think it's free 1 step. That one's pretty good if somebody tries to get in there and attack Colossus at close range. And then also Kid Omega at 50 points. And that about wraps it up for this Brotherhood team building video. I hope to have another video out next week. And if you guys have any ideas on comic book videos for Heroclix, maybe let me know down in the comments, and we will catch you on the next video.